Now, now, I'm gonna get to you after a while. Uh, in God's word, I'm gonna speak concerning this. I'll show you how God gonna do this. I got this corn in the head of this meal. Call this meal plant. He goes after this corn, but he never gets the corn. He walks behind the corn, walks behind the corn. This is a similitude how, as the man, he Gentiles have created the poor man of the white race and the irrelevant man. But they use the dollar bill to entice men to do evil. They create a farmland of poor man with the peoples, and they set them around a nation that moves out a complete neighborhood, block to block, from end to end. Well, they use these people. I watched him. They all is synced to do evil. They could take and tell a lie and say you raped somebody when you're not, and get a conviction because the whole neighborhood they moved in there know each other. Or entice you to abandon your faith in God for your freedom. But the man should be you should be not dismayed of what they do because they done this. I've seen this here. Because they're the people of the rich man. When they pull these people and bring these people in there to create a false accusation against you, both black and white, there's nothing different from being consumed by the black line or the white line. These things they have created us from us before. They have lied on peoples of the world and found conviction from one nation to another nation. It doesn't matter how much you talk to your child and you tell your child to don't yield to temptation, they have created situations so corrupt until your child will wage war against you. It doesn't matter what you have did for that child. It's corrupt. There's no sacred grounds for it. But because of the dollar bill, they was never blessed. They chase after what you buy with this dollar bill and all of this and entice the minds of evil people to do evil, one against his neighbor, and the father against the son, and the son against the father. You have to believe in it. You have to know it. You can go to the richest black person on this face of this earth with his integrity towards money, which is his vanity, and an integrity towards the buying vehicle or jet plane he rides. He'll set you up to be killed or set you up to take your fear. He will not cater to your need because he served not to God who created every man, woman, and child on the face of the earth. He would trade his salvation for the price of money. I'm telling you the truth. Oh, I'm surrounded by people. I don't care. I'm not running no more. I'm going to talk. God have made my head back friend. And I'm going to sit up and talk to you. I had to get rid of all my children. I'm around me. I don't have nobody here. They sit up now. They can fabricate a lie and say, well, he's selling drugs. I know I'm not. But he ain't going to stop me from serving God faithfully. He can sit up and lie and say, well, he got weapons of mass destruction. I don't have no weapons of mass destruction. I don't go and come. I'm one person by myself. I had to abandon all of my children because they was using these people to use my children as a vessel for me, even though I set them out and raised. My ex-wife. All of these things, an infidel, he do these things. I don't care. Now, I want to show you what trying to. This horse going after going. This is image that I seen in the second grade uh, when I was in the hard time before I moved with my mother and brothers. It had the same significant facts as the dollar bill. The man who is not a Gentile, he don't want his image to be revealed because he takes the dollar bill and entices that poor man to borrow it from his infrastructure, and you can't go straight at the dollar bill. You have he borrowing from him, and you end up with two jobs, and you still can't make it. But as for me, I decided to go with a motto: you can't give me nothing, you can't buy me nothing, and you cannot sell. I considered wisdom in an early age the best thing to do. If you keep borrowing that money from peoples, you keep digging yourself a ditch. You can't come out of it. You're not going to overcome this ditch that you'll dug yourself until you die. Then you have nothing to show for your efforts here on earth. You got to look at this. Now, abound now, if you break away from them, they have a continuous eye watching you. If you don't come back and do their drugs or do that, they're going to try to find a way to put you in prison and kill you because you're not a vessel that they could use. Now the addiction have driven them. They done killed everything, like Job said, that in the book of Job, when Satan was walking up and down the earth, let you know to and fro had conquered everything, but every time he conquered in his vessel, he killed things. He was not a replacement because he didn't replace nothing, because everything he seek was vanity, craft created by his own hand. The Bentleys, the Cadillacs, all of these factories you cannot put a Cadillac in the ground and go out there next day and it come up out the ground and it create Cadillac. You cannot. But the greatest move was chasing after this coin. He just would consider that coin in front of him, and they probably pulled him to death. But had he stopped, he was working in the cornfield, quit chasing that he can go to the millman the corn that he had been plowing and eat him some off the vine which was produced. That the man had been broke in front of him and put up on a stick, this was not growing. The life of it had been quit. So when you go out of this and you're in the field, stop and eat some of the green leaves off of this and do this, and you want to worry about the corn, you just carry. This is the same way it was when God told man to be fruitful and multiply, to keep the earth. But we went at vanity. Then the rich man took and bought our land out where he could feed you from the land that God gave to Adam and Eve, who was black men and black women. But this man don't even have a dominion, so he's ruling the earth, which is rods of iron, which is weapons of mass destruction. At the same time, he got our poor people working in his field, driving tractors, raising the food, and chasing up dollar bills, and everybody is consumed by the ideas of that man. People carrying two jobs that can't make it. Even when you get an education, you can't make it. Force you to become thieves and robbers. So, what you gotta do? You gotta get rid of this credit card. You gotta get rid of all these things. You chasing out of vanity, and if you don't, you can't afford a new car. Get your bicycle. 2 bicycles is enough, and that's when you get your bicycle paid for. Old house, forget the brand new house. Get in you a shack. I don't care if you have to go out there and get on a tent. Get out under that death and say you tired of chasing this and eat the corn that's in front of you, which God set forth. When you do that, the rich man is going to have to abandon his way. He come out there and kill you, but there's so many he's going to kill until he's going to have to quit his kill. But the peoples of the earth is afraid of losing their life because of what is happening, but out of fear. But if he